Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishvamirta ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai. In our last discourse, we heard about the king Harischandra getting lost in the forest, and one Brahmin, who turned out to be Vishvamirta, found him and was offering to take him back to his city. Meanwhile, the king offered him whatever reward he would like. We'll go on to chapter 19. Vedavyasa said, O king, hearing thus the words of the king Harischandra, the Maharishi Vishvamitra, smiling, said, O king, this tirth is very sacred. If one bathes here and one is cleansed of one's sins and virtues springing up, so highly fortunate one, bathe in this and do peace offerings, tarpanam, to your forefathers. O king, this time is very auspicious and highly meritorious, so take a bath in the sacred Punya Tirtha and make charities as far as it lies in your power. The Swayambhuva Manu says, he who arriving at a tirtha capable to give high merits, punyas, does not bathe and make charities deceives himself, so he is the slayer of his soul, no doubt. So king, do meritorious acts as best as you can in this excellent tirtha. Then I will show you the way and you will go back to Ayodhya. Today I will be pleased with your gifts and I will accompany you to show you the way. This I have decided. Hearing the deceitful words of Vishvamitra, the king took off his upper garments and, tying his horse to a tree, went towards the river to bathe according to due rites. O king, the accidental combination that was to have to come so enchanted the king by the Muni's words that he got himself entirely under the control of Vishvamitra. He duly completed his bath and offered peace offerings to the Devas and the Pitris, and then spoke to Vishvamitra. O fortunate one, cows, lands, jewels, elephants, horses, chariots, or horses, nothing that is there is not yours if you like. That I will give to you just now. There is nothing that I cannot give to you. When I performed the Rajasua sacrifice, I took them before all the Munis as vow. So, O Muni, you are also present at the principal tirtha, this place of pilgrimage. So express what you desire. I will give you your desired object. Vishvamitra said, O king, your story is spread far and wide in this world, especially I've already heard that there is no second man charitable as you are. The Muni Vasishtha has said the king of the solar dynasty, the son of Satravrata, Harischandra, is foremost and first amongst the kings in this world, and there is no one so liberal-minded as he. Such a king has never existed, nor shall there ever be one. O king, now the marriage time of my son has arrived, so I pray before you today that you give me wealth to celebrate this marriage. The king said, O Brahmin, yes, celebrate the marriage ceremony. I will give you your desired wealth. What more can be said than this, that whatever wealth you would want, I will give that abundantly. There is no doubt in this. Hearing these words of the king, the Muni became ready to deceive him, and originating the Gandharbi Maya, created a beautiful youth and one daughter of young age, and showing them to the king, said, the marriage of these two will be celebrated today. O king, to marry the boys and the girls in the household is to earn more merits than the Rajasu puja. So today you will get that desired fruit if you make charities for the marriage of these Brahmins' youth. O king, the king was very much enchanted by Vishvamitra's Maya. So no sooner he heard these words, he immediately promised that will be done. He did not raise any objection whatsoever. Vishvamitra then showed the way, and the king went to Vishvamitra's city. Vishvamitra, too, thus deceiving the king, went to his ashram. When the king was staying in the cookroom, Vishvamitra Muni went to him and said, O king, the marriage rites have been finished. So today, give me what I desire in the sacrificial hall. The king said, O Brahman, speak out what you want. Now I like to get fame. So if there be anything in this world that is not to be given by me, if you want, I will give that even to you, no doubt. The mortal possessing all wealth, if he does not earn good name and fame, capable to give happiness to him in this next world, passes his life in vain. Vishvamirta said, O king, give to this bridegroom, while within the sacred sacrificial altar, your entire kingdom, with the royal umbrella, elephants, horses, chariots, infantry, and all the gems and jewels. The king Harischandra was deluded by his maya, so no sooner he heard the Muni's words, he willingly said without the slightest consideration, O Muni, I give as you pray, my very vast dominion to you. The very cruel Vishvamirta then said, O king, I have accepted your offer, but intelligent one, give now the requisite dakshina to complete your gift. Manu says, gifts without dakshina is fruitless. So to get the fruit of your gift, give dakshina as duly fixed. The king was exceedingly surprised to hear this and said, O Lord, kindly say what amount of wealth am I to give you as dakshina? O saint, say the value of your dakshina. O ascetic, don't be impatient. I will give you the dakshina to that amount, no doubt. Hearing this, Vishvamirta told the king, at present, give me 2.5 loads of gold as dakshina. The king Harischandra became greatly amazed and promised, I will give you that. He then anxiously mounted on his horseback and ready to go quickly. At this time, the soldiers who lost their roads in quest of their king came to him. They were very glad to see him, but seeing him anxious, they began to praise him in a great haste. Hearing their words, the king did not say anything good or bad, but thinking on his own doing, entered into his kingdom. Oh, what have I promised to give? I have made a gift to all that I have. I am cheated in this matter by this Muni like one robbed by a thief in a wilderness. My whole dominion, including my dress, have promised to give to him. Moreover, I will have to pay besides 2.5 loads of gold. My brain seems to have been completely destroyed. What to do now? I did not know the cunningness of this Muni. Therefore, I am cheated by this deceitful Brahmin. It is next to impossible to understand the work of fate. O my fate, what will happen to me now? Very much bewildered, the king entered into the interior of his palace. The queen, seeing her husband immersed in cares, inquired into the cause thus, O Lord, why have you become so absent-minded? Kindly say, what are you thinking now? O king, the sun has come back from the forest before you completed your Rajasyu sacrifice. Why then are you in grief now? Kindly speak out the cause of your sorrow. Nowhere is there an enemy weak or strong around you. Only Varuna was angry with you. Now he is also satisfied. So there is nothing further for you to think or worry about. O king, owing to cares, this body gets weaker and weaker day by day. So nothing is like cares to lead one to death. When his dear wife asked the king, expressed to her somewhat the cause of his cares, good or bad. But the king was much absorbed with his cares, so that he could not eat nor sleep, though his bedding was perfectly white and clear. Early in the morning, when getting up from his bed, he was doing anxiously his morning duties, Vishvamirta came up there. When the centennial informed the king of the arrival of Vishvamirta, he gave order for him to enter. Vishvamirta, the looter of all that he had and everything, came before him and told the king, who repeatedly bowed to him. Vishvamirta said, O king, now leave your kingdom and give me the gold that you promised as dakshina and prove that you are truthful. Harischandra said, O Lord, I have given you the vast dominion of mine, so my kingdom has now become yours. I am leaving this kingdom and going somewhere else. You need not think a bit for this, O Brahmana. You have taken my all according to the technical rules, so now I'm unable to give you dakshina. If in time wealth comes to me, I will at that time give you dakshina. Saying him thus, the king told his wife Saivya and his son Rohita, In this Agnihotra room, I say that I have given my vast dominion to the Muni Vishvamitra. Elephants, horses, chariots, gold, and jewels, all have given to him along with my kingdom. What more than this, but that save us, the three of us, and else I have given, everything else I have given to him. O Maharishi, take fully this prosperous dominion. We are going somewhere else, to the forest or a mountain cave. The exceedingly virtuous Harischandra spoke thus to his wife and son, and paying respects to the Muni, went out from the house. Seeing the king going thus away, his wife and son, afflicted with cares, followed him with their sad faces. Seeing thus, all the inhabitants of Ayodhya cried aloud, and great consternation and uproar arose in the city. O king, what is this act that you have done? How has this suffering come to you, O king? The great fate, without any consideration, has certainly deceived you. The Brahmanas, Ksatras, Vaisyas, and Sudras, all the four Varnas, gave vent to their sorrows when they saw the king going away with his wife and son. The Brahmins, the other inhabitants of the city, all were afflicted with sorrows and began to abuse the vicious Brahmin, saying that he is a cheat, O king, giving the gold for dakshina and then go, or say that you will not be able to give, and I will then not take the dakshina. Or if you entertain within yourself any greed, then take back all your kingdom, O king. If you think that you have really made this gift, then give what you have promised. The son of Gadi was saying so. And when the king Harischandra very humbly bowed down to him with folded hands and said to him, here ends the 19th chapter, the 7th book, on the taking away of Harishchandra's kingdom in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses of Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishvamirta ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.